Hey, what's going on YouTube and Facebook tonight? Yes, I am streaming on Facebook tonight just for you guys. It is your girl Chrissy with another episode of Cipher Knowledge with Chrissy. And I am super excited for the show tonight. You know, I had to steal a little bit of Artie's time behind the scenes, right? Like I had to just do it. But it was a great chat before, and I want to go ahead and welcome Artie Hoffman, Arthur Hoffman, onto Ciphered Knowledge. Please introduce yourself.
You did it already. You did a beautiful job. Artie Hoffman. There you go.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you have your hands in a bunch of different things going on. So why don't you just tell us a little bit of everything?
Well, let's see. I've been doing my spiritual work. I learned how to do my spiritual work when I was 27 years old. And I never knew that I had the gift. And I've been read before when I was young. When I was younger. And the readers would say, you know, Artie, you have the ability to do with what I do. I said, yeah. Just tell me about my love life and my career. That's all I care about. And so, I couldn't relate to it at all. And so I was very frustrated in my life and having a little conversation with God because I had everything going right in my life. You know, I was married, had a nice house, and my career was going well, and lots of friends. I mean, everything was great. My family loved my wife, and when I was married at the time, and my wife's family loved me. I mean, it's just nice, but yet I was unfulfilled. And I'm having a conversation with God. I said, God, please give me answers, give me clear answers, and please don't scare the hell out of me when you give me these answers. And so after that little conversation, I go into my kitchen and there's a bunch of junk mail on the countertop, and I usually just throw it away. But this time I just happened to look at my junk mail and there was a postcard there that said, hey, how would you like to develop your psychic ability and intuitiveness? Come to the Edgar Cayce Foundation for this one weekend seminar in Virginia Beach. So I said, so I looked at my wife and I said, this looks pretty cool. I said, you want to go with me? I said, I think I want to just try it just for the hell of it. She goes, I don't give a crap about that. You can go if you want. I'm not interested. So I went away for that one weekend, and there was about 50 of us in that one large room, and from all different parts of the country.
Wow.
And they got you in that Zen mode, they had the beautiful celestial music going, and the guy was speaking to us in a very, beautiful, somber way, in a very spiritual way. And it's giving us some knowledge and stuff like that. And it was quite interesting. And then they broke us up into groups, and they said, whoever you're with, just share your thoughts with the other person. Don't worry about being right or wrong. Don't worry if they can't understand or you can't. Just share your thoughts. So these people who I never met before was telling me how accurate I was. And I was shocked that this even existed. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm able to tell somebody about themselves who I never met before as they were doing back to me. So I was like really excited, after that weekend was over. So I went home and I got myself a deck of spiritual cards, and I was reading for friends and family for, just for the fun of it, just for shits and giggles. And people were telling me how accurate I was with my readings. So like I said, I was doing that for a few years, and I didn't charge anybody at that time. I was just doing it for the fun of it. And then I got to a point in my life, I got involved with certain investments, and I needed some really fast cash, extra money. And so I'm thinking to myself, I'm sitting on the couch and I'm saying, what can I do to make more money than what I've already been making with my business, this other business I have? And so I said, you know what? I know how to do readings. I'll throw an ad in the paper, and it said, if I don't pull through, no charge. And 90% of the people paid me.
Wow.
And it just took off from word of mouth. And so I would say in my career, I've easily read for over 32,000 people in my career.
Wow.
So I've been doing it for 32 years. I've been on Fox TV. I've been on New Jersey's 101.5, most popular radio station. I've been on cat country out of Atlantic City. I performed at the casinos. I was asked to perform at the Palace of Versailles in France a few years back.
Wow.
Um, so it was, like I said, and I met so many interesting people, and learning to channel the beautiful spiritual energy of God, and communicating with angels. Um, it's so rewarding. I mean, other than financially, it is so rewarding for the soul, knowing that you're making such a positive difference in people's lives. And that's probably what my greatest gift is, for the public, is I give people back their power. Because when you have an understanding about life, about God, and about your own life, and you give them the truth of the circumstances of whatever they're dealing with, they can make healthier decisions now. And I would probably say my number one, it still holds there for obvious reasons, which you'll hear in a moment. My number one favorite reading was this fella, and 99% of my clients are women, but
Of
this,
course,
yeah,
because we always have to know.
yes, you got to know everything.
Hmm.
So this fella calls me up, and he was really, really depressed. He was down and out. He goes, I don't know what to do with my life. He says, can you please see me right away? And I said, sure. And so I had him come into my place one Saturday morning. And I started talking. Now, I don't know why I say what I say. I'll just start getting answers right away. I hold people's hands. I'll hold their hand, and then I just start getting messages right away.
I was
And
going to ask you that. I was going to ask, sorry, and I want you to continue, but at some point I want you to explain, how is it a feeling? Is it a thought? Is it a sound? Is it a smell? Like, how does it, like, I want to, like, I always want to know so much. So, like, how does it come to you? But finish saying what you were going to say.
I got a feeling tonight's gonna be a good night.
You do that a lot. You do the singing a lot. I love it.
Yeah, I like to joke. Yeah, I like to sing and joke around. So, but any case, so I'm reading for this one gentleman, and I'm just started talking about life itself. I started mentioning the importance of his life. I started talking about how life was meant to be lived, and why certain things are the way they are, and stuff like that. So I gave him a lot of clarity about his life and about life itself. And right after the reading was over, he gave me a big hug, and he had some tears in his eyes. And he goes, Art, he goes, you saved my life. He goes, you're a lifesaver. A lot of people say a lot of nice things like that to me. I said, oh, good. I said, I'm glad. I'm glad I was able to help you out. He goes, no, you really did save my life. He goes, I wrote a suicide note. He goes, I wanted to kill myself tomorrow morning. I already had the letter and everything. He goes, now after talking to you, I don't want to do it anymore.
Oh,
And he said, I want
amazing.
to live. So that, for obvious reason, was my favorite read, to be able to save someone's life like that, you know. And I'm
And
just
I,
glad that the time was, my time was available to give that time. But Spirit already knew that was meant to be. So
yeah, like we were talking behind the scenes, and I said, hospice, you know, I didn't choose it. It chose me. And I just think there are purpose in life that is sometimes, my 14-year-old is banana. You'll see me do this. I go from thing to thing. But my 14-year-old told me one day, we were having a whole conversation about religion and faith. And he said to me, some things are just unknown. Some things just don't have answers. And that's okay. You have to be okay with the unknown. And sometimes our purpose isn't known to us right away, and we have to be okay with that. We do have a question. We have a hello from Wyoming, but I have a question here that says, were you ever unable to read someone?
yes, it's not too often, but yes. What happens with those people under those circumstances, if they're extremely angry, because they don't want to deal with the truth, because there's so much pain, they want it to be how they want it to be. They try to control the reading, or, so their energy is blocked. So if they're angry or very jealous, they'll look at me and say, they say they want a reading, but they really don't want a reading. They just want to try to prove me wrong. And they go ahead, look at me. See if you can read me. You can't read me. Go ahead, try to read me. Now, they're not verbally saying that, but their energy is saying, go ahead, try to read me. So they're doing purposely trying to put blocks on. And, so I'm not going to try to read somebody like that. So if I'm having a hard time, on the most part, I could pretty much break through it. On the most part, because what happens is that if I'm not picking up on energy off of them because they're blocking, then I'll ask them questions. I'll say to them, ask me a question. What do you want to know? And then sometimes they'll say, I have no question. I just want to see what you have to say. And then again, they're being blocked. So, so
So they're skeptical. You have to be open to the idea, right?
Yeah, no, skeptics are fine. It's just when you go there with a purpose of trying to prove me wrong. And I don't have to try to prove myself to anybody. So there are times where I'll give people answers and they'll look at me and they'll say, no, 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 no. And I say to them, I said, look, I'm not looking for your approval. I'm telling you my gut instincts, and this is what I see happening. Now, there are times where I'll tell somebody some hard news, but usually when I tell people hard news, I'll also give them answers on how to overcome their obstacle of whatever it is they're dealing with, So when I give people, what you might consider hard news, or say, well, what do you see from my relationship? Now, there are times where I already know what the answer is, but I'll say to them, I say, well, before I look at my angel cards, because I want to confirm with the angel cards before I tell them my gut instincts, I said, are you sure you 100% want to know that answer?
And that is why I did not ask the question pre-show.
Yes. So I'll say, like, it could be great news or it could be bad news. But are you ready to hear the truth? Because I will tell you the truth. But it could be good news, but I don't know until I flip the cards.
Yeah.
And then most of them will say, yeah, I want to know. And then some of them will go, no, I don't want to know. Just in case,
Smart. So, yeah, rather not. We have 2 questions here. So Marissa asks, do you believe that everyone has a purpose?
100%. Everybody has a purpose. There's no doubt. Everybody has a purpose.
I think you do.
The thing is that for people who don't know what their purpose is, you've fallen into complacency. You just allowed just living your life day to day to day to day. And, sometimes it's just about building your confidence so that you could develop your purpose. So if you're down and out, so if you want to say, start working out, or suppose you want to, if you're creative, start painting, start playing music, do things that you're good at, or do things that you find very pleasurable and enjoyable. Repeat it time and time and time again, and it will build your confidence. When you build your confidence, your mind will open up more to all other opportunities.
Believe that 1,000%. Our next question is, have you ever had a strong negative spirit energy when you were reading someone?
Oh, yeah. And then I got to sage my place and clear my place. And then I say, get out of my face.
I do sage when I feel like things are just really negative and heavy around me. I will get the smudge and sage. I don't know if I ever do it right, but I'm like, the house smells like sage. Something's got to be gone.
Yeah, it smells like a Jerry Garcia concert.
Yeah, exactly. We have another question from Marissa. She said, do you believe in God?
100%. I believe in God. 100% I believe in the angels. And that's where I get all my healing energy from. And that's where I get all my answers from. And I do say my prayers every single day to God and the angels. And I start off each day, because without them, they're the ones who give me all the answers. So I start off each day, and my prayer starts off with, there's a couple of prayers I say. And one of my prayers I say, I call upon all my loving guardian angels. Thank you very much for all your beautiful blessings. Thank you for intervening into my life today, granting me with peace, harmony, balance, and serenity. And thank you for always having true love in my life and protecting over me and my daughter and my loved ones. In the name of the Holy Spirit, amen. And then I also say thank you for your wisdom to put it in my heart, mind, and soul. And thank you for all the prosperity in my life.
Okay, so we have some more questions. These guys are just, I told you, they were super excited. They were, and
That's
believe it
good.
or not, they want to know about you, Artie. They're not even asking for, although we got two that said, how can I get a reading? And we are gonna answer a few questions. We're not gonna bombard Artie with all of them, but as long as he's on game and on board to do a reading or two live with us, that'll be awesome. But this is my mom who keeps asking all these questions. Do
That's
you
good.
do you believe in ancestor spirit energy?
Oh, 100%. This isn't our only shot right here. You know, this is not our only shot. So I want everyone to know I wrote a book called Angels and Answers. And if you go to artiehoffman.com, you could order the book to my website, artiehoffman.com. I do have a book, and people actually call it their Bible. Not that I'm not Gandhi or I'm not Jesus or anything, but the book explains about life itself. It explains about how God operates behind the scenes, how heaven works behind the scenes. It explains. You're going to think that I wrote this book just for you. You're going to have a lot of aha moments, a lot of deep thoughts that you've had within yourself. That it takes a lot. This book puts into words what you're feeling. So those feelings that you've had about many different issues of life. It could be about God. It could be about religion. It could be about relationships within yourself. I wrote it so it's deep subjects, but deep answers. But I write it in a very simplistic way,
Oh, good.
so that everybody understands it. Because I have a hard time understanding, a lot of things that I read. So I wrote it in a way as if a 10-year-old could understand it. Like I really wrote it simplistically.
I
So
need that
it's
sometimes.
yeah, and so I also have explanations of angels and saints in there. So it describes what the purpose of each angel or the saints are that I have written in there.
So
So
you
and a
can
couple of
find
stories about myself also.
so you can find Artie's book over at artiehoffman.com. So they're just coming in with questions. But you know what? I
Great.
love that they're asking you questions. We will probably at the half an hour mark start doing some readings. So if you're watching, stay. But definitely, Artie is here. This show is about providing information and knowledge, and I'm loving this. Like I know I'm not gonna want to end at an hour, but we're gonna have to. So we got, besides prayer, do you have any rituals to connect to spirit?
Say that again.
Besides prayer, do you have any rituals to connect to spirit?
Um, any, um, well, meditation. It's how when I read, because you were asking me the question before, so now's a good time for me to answer that question for you. So there are times where I'll just like blank out my mind. I will blank out my mind and I'll look in the corner of a room, or if I'll look outside a window, and I'll look at the trees or the sky, and I go into a la la land.
Okay.
And then when I blank out my mind, the messages just come to me when I go, and it's like when I want to know specific questions about something, um, it just pours right into my mind. It
So
just pours.
it's so are you hearing it, or is it more like when I talk to myself, right?
I
When I
hear
talk
it, I
Okay.
feel it, I see it.
Okay.
I'll get songs in my head, whatever that song is about. That's what's going on with the person. And I'm going to give you a really interesting thing that happened one time. It was the first time it's ever happened. So a lady was asking me, Art, what do you see for my relationship? It was towards the end of her reading. And I started singing the song, That's Me and You, a part-time lover. And I said, I have a feeling your husband's screwing around. And she goes, I think you're right. And I said, I know I'm right, because I've never, I haven't heard that song in a long time, and it just randomly came in my head. And so that song is all about cheating and screwing around and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
So I mean,
See,
but I get many different songs about many different situations. So
I hear and I love it. I love that, that when I see you do that, I'm like, oh God, this is like, I don't know. I just get all giddy and I feel all good inside when
yeah,
I
like
see
I'll
you
get
do the
videos.
songs.
Yeah, I get videos in my head. Like if you could imagine yourself this morning preparing for today, or doing your thing, the video you have in your head of yourself, or if you could picture what your bedroom looks like right now, you have that image. Like they'll just randomly show me pictures. They'll show me videos. There are times where, like today, I was doing a reading for someone earlier, and the guy wanted to know what his future girlfriend was going to be like, because I'm very good at describing future love. So all of a sudden, the spiritual world showed me my next door neighbor that I grew up with. So I was able to describe to him what his future love was going to be like, because they showed me my next door neighbor. So they used that as a reference to me. So I said to him, I said, well, your girl's going to have brown hair, brown eyes, straight brown hair, brown eyes, and a very pleasant disposition, because that was my neighbor. Not
Okay.
that it is my neighbor, but it
No,
was
but
very similar.
compare, right, because they need to make it relatable to you so that you can express it in a manner that the person receiving it is going to be able to understand it, right?
Right. Each reader, every reader, you develop a relationship with the spirit world or the angels. You develop a language, and so they know how you're going to interpret certain images or certain messages. So I'm going to tell you another interesting. I got thousands of stories, but I'm going to tell you another interesting story,
Yes.
if you don't mind.
No. And then we have
So,
questions, but go ahead. I want your
all right.
story.
So a girl walks into my place, and she had tattoos all over from head to toe.
Wow.
And so when she walked into my place, she says, Artie, I just want you to know I've been thinking about you every single day for the last 2 years. And I was flattered, not attracted to her, but I was flattered. And I said, okay. I said, so why were you thinking about me for the last 2 years? She goes, you did a reading for me here in your place 2 years ago. And we sat down right here at your table, and you held my hand. And as soon as you held my hand, you started singing the song by AC/DC, Highway to Hell. I'm going to Highway to Hell. And so you looked at me and you said, if I don't stop doing what I'm doing, I'm going to get caught real soon and I'm going to get thrown in jail. And so, well, 1 week later, I got caught at doing something I should not be doing. And I got put in jail for 2 years. And every day I woke up and I said to myself, why didn't I listen to Artie? Why didn't I listen to Artie?
See, I'm telling you. Listen, you just gave me goosebumps with that. Jody wants to know, do you believe that deceased loved ones can hear us speak to them?
1000%. It's not falling on deaf ears.
Good. So my grandfather must be like, you're crazy. This is
No, because no. See, so I'm going to explain this to you and why that is possible. Not that it's possible, it just is.
it's
So right now, your soul, see, we're not of our body. Our soul and our spirit is who we are. Your soul and spirit is utilizing your body to express itself. So once we die, it's not that we die. So our loved ones who crossed over in heaven, they didn't die. Their body stopped working. So once your body stops, that's the death part. Your body stops working, and the soul and spirit lifts up out of your body, and you go, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm going to heaven.
mm-hmm.
And then, there is life after this life. I won't even say life after death, but there is like life after death. You've been here many times before. There's many lives thereafter. And, that's the best way to generally explain things. There's a lot more depth to it, but
Of
that's the
course.
best way to explain things.
No, and with me being a hospice nurse, I often get asked, when the patients are kind of, sedated and out of it and not really responsive, the family always asks, do you think they can hear me? And I don't know 1,000%,
1000%.
but I tell them all the
1000%.
time,
Yes.
I tell them, I'm like, just keep talking because it's not scientifically proven, but I do believe they can hear you.
Oh,
So
yes.
I
It
do.
has been scientifically
Oh, yeah?
proven.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So we have you ever doubted what you knew?
Yes, absolutely. Like more than half the times. To be honest with you, sometimes, when I first started, or when I do my Facebook live show, because I told you earlier that I do a Facebook live show and I'm reading for people over the air, and I just come up with stuff at the top of my head. And a lot of times I just pray like hell, whatever it is I'm saying coming right.
Hmm.
And then all of a sudden people will type in, oh my God, he used to say this, or yes, he did do that, or that was their favorite cake, and this is where we went. And so I'll say things and I go, oh, thank God.
Yes.
But
So
then there are
Marissa,
times where I know what I know. I know what I know because it's so vivid. But then other times I feel like when I first started reading people, I literally felt like I was just talking out of my ass. I felt like I was just, blowing smoke up people's butts just to say stuff, just to say stuff. But
mhm,
most of the time it came true.
yeah, Marissa says she really feels like she's been here before because she has a lot of the deja vu.
Oh, yes, deja vu. So I'm going to explain to you what deja vu really is.
Go ahead, I'm listening. I love
All right.
learning.
So before we're born into the spiritual world, right, before we come into this world, we already know how we're going to die and when we're going to die because we picked it. We're the ones who pick our parents before we're born into this world.
Wow.
We already know most of the major challenges that we're going to be dealing with in this lifetime, and we picked it. And we're the ones who already know, like, the major players, the major people are going to be in our life. On the most part, we do know all this. And
Wow.
people say, well, why would I pick these parents? And why would I pick an alcoholic parent or abusive parent or a screwed up partner? Why would I pick that? Because we're here to learn or to understand, to spiritually grow. We're here to learn about unconditional love, forgiveness, blind faith, compassion, and there's a few other sinews I forgot at the top of my head. But we're here to learn these beautiful sinews, and the only way we can learn about it is to go through these experiences. So as soon as we're born into this world, we're blessed with amnesia, and now it's time to play the game of life according to all the pieces we picked.
So
And
those
so
little
what
deja vu. Go ahead.
deja vu is a recall of what you knew what was going to happen. Like when you're in the spiritual world, like you already knew that you were going to be at this house, or that you were here, or so you're having an instant recall of a conversation, or you're having a recall of, I've been here before. And
Hmm.
so that's what deja vu is. Deja vu is a recall of something that you already knew before you came into this life.
Do we die the same way every time? Or
No,
like do we
no.
no, it's different? Okay. That just came up out of nowhere. I've done readings too. I'm currently blocked for many reasons. I always had doubted because of people's reactions. How can I reconnect?
She's meditation, 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 saying your prayers, asking Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, Gabriel, Uriel, and Ariel, asking those angels, because they're the angels of communications. And when you ask the Holy Spirit for his blessings, for his help, and then just allow yourself, she's putting too much pressure on herself. That's what it is. So when you're putting too much pressure on yourself to, I have to be right, or I need to be right. Whenever I do a reading, I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm just saying what I get in the moment, whether you believe me or not. I mean, I've told people where they totally denied me, but then
Hmm.
again, it ended up, on the most part, ended up coming true. Now, there are times where, like I said before, where I've given people some really hard news and they go, uh-oh. And I told them what they didn't want to hear. Now, I tell them what they need to hear. And I tell people, I said, look, I said, I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is I'm not God and I'm not right all the time. The bad news is I'm right most of the time.
So how do you I'm loving this whole conversation. How do you feel about us opening up to some questions for some quick readings, you have some specifications about if they're going to ask a question, what it is they need to provide?
Yeah, be specific with your questions. If you want to know about your love life, let me know if you're in a relationship and where you see it going. If you want to know about your future love, like who do you see me being with? Will I be with somebody? If you want to connect to a loved one who's deceased, let me know the relationship to you and their name. If it is a child of yours, let me know how old they are besides their name. And like I said, I lost my son, I lost my this or that. Just let me know the relationship and their name, and then I'll tell you whatever I get. And if you want to know anything about your life, let me. Just don't say, "What do you see for me in the future?" I'm not going to tell you crap. I'm not going to know. I need to know, like, what do you want to know? Artie, I was
Specifically.
going for this job. Will I get it? Artie, I have this situation going on. Ba 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 ba. What do you see for it? So be detailed with your questions, and I'll be detailed with the answers.
Okay. So we have another question, and it says, why is it so hard to read a family member?
Because when with a family member or a close friend, because you're so emotionally connected to it, when you're personally emotionally connected to the outcome, you don't know if it's coming from yourself, your ego, or if it's coming through from the spiritual world.
Yeah, that was a real easy answer right there.
Well, because
Listen,
the thing is, see, if I'm reading for you, I'm not emotionally, I mean, not to the fact that I don't appreciate you as who you are or love you for who you are, but when I don't personally know you, then I'm not emotionally connected to the outcome either way. So I'm just going to tell you my truth. I have no personal emotional investment. But if I'm dealing with a close friend or a relative, yeah, naturally I would want to tell you good news. But then again, I also, somebody might be a little bit too judgmental and they're just telling you their thoughts or whatever. So,
so we have our first one. My son Travis passed away 2 years ago. He was 27. Is he okay?
Travis, yeah, he's doing fine. And I get a lot of times when he laughs, he would laugh like he would like cover up his nose or cover up his mouth while he's laughing. And I see that with him, like when he were, and it's like, it's almost like he's got something going on. Like, but he wouldn't tell you, like, if he was laughing, he didn't know, he didn't share much of whatever was going on with him, but he was also into a lot of inside jokes, or he would like bust chops and stuff like that. But overall, right now, is he doing okay? And he's like moving his head like this, like, I got it going. Yes, I'm good. I'm good. And he's also sorry for not. Um, he's what are you sorry for? I feel like he's sorry for not being more open with his feelings or his thoughts. Um, Maybe for not showing like he cared as much, or he should have cared, or what. And it's like he was just in his own little world, and he's apologizing for not giving more of himself, but he doesn't want his mother or anybody to feel guilty about his death. He goes, I put myself in that position. He goes, and I'm sorry. He goes, but just know under all the circumstances, he goes, I'm okay.
I knew Travis as well, so it's you're
Th-
spot on, Artie.
was I spot on?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. He's yeah. So we have another one. My father died when I was 8 years old. His name is Ari. Does he have a message for me?
I have a feeling he had a lot of cans in the house. He kept a lot of cans in the house. I don't know if he like stocked up on, like food cans and stuff like that. Because I'm hearing the ShopRite commercial, da 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 da, da. Something with the can commercial, about all the, or he was always about the deals, always had to make a deal. Like he very rarely would buy anything only bought things that were on sale or something. I'm getting that impression. Um, and he knew everything. According to him, he knew everything. That I feel like that was his disposition. Not that he did know everything, but he felt he knew everything. Hold on. And he did like to move his body when he heard a song that he liked a lot. He liked to move, and you know, he liked to move with it. And I also get, um, I don't know if this is him or somebody within his own immediate family, but someone likes to ride the brakes a lot. Either they're a slow driver, they're an overcautious driver, and they like to ride the brakes a lot, like too cautious, like too slow or too cautious.
Madison, if you can just, chime in and let us know. I'm not familiar with Madison, so if she can chime in and let us know. But Jody did say, "Wow, I'm crying," because she knows it definitely touched home.
With who? With
Marissa,
what? What are we talking about?
Travis, that was Travis. Jody
Okay.
was Travis's mom. Is Travis's mom. Marissa says, "My mother, Maritza, is in critical condition in the hospital. I never had a relationship with her, but I would like to. Am I too late, or will she come out of this?"
She should sit in front of her and talk to her, because spiritually speaking, she will hear every single word she has to say, and she could express her apologies or let her know she loves her, while she's with her. Hold her hand, put some lotion on her hand. She loves the feeling of her hand and her arms being stroked and being nurtured, and it's okay. That's what I keep hearing from her mom. It's okay. It's okay. So no, it's not too late. It's never too late.
Thank
it's
you.
it's like the saying goes, it's never too late to say you're sorry. So, but in this case,
There's still time.
there's still time. Yeah, and just let her know how much you love her and that you're there for her, and it's sing her songs. She would like to hear you sing the songs. That's what I'm getting.
Okay, so Artie, what's in store for my health? In fact, didn't he tell you not to ask? He said ask specific, but whatever. This is my mom. I can rib her. What's in store for my health and finances? I have a goal to buy a house within 5 years.
Okay. Well, see, I'm going to answer the house with the house within 5 years as far as what that goes. Um, See, now when I do private readings, you can say, what's my future like, or what's that? Because I look at cards when I'm doing a show. It's different energy. It's different, during a show. That's why I say ask for specifics. When I do behind the scenes, when I'm doing private sessions or parties, I do Artie parties. I travel and I read for people and their friends and family. So people hire me to go to their houses, and I
And
call.
we're gonna put Artie's number up so he is in the New Jersey area and he can do Artie parties. So
So I'm
okay.
going to answer your mother's question. You said your mother's question now with that.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So I'm gonna ask my pendulum, like, and what's your mom's name?
Maria.
Maria. Based on the energy of Maria right now, is she going to attain her goal with the house within 5 years? The answer is yes. So that's her answer. Will she get her house within 5 years? The pendulum is definitely showing a yes.
Okay, now the question is she going to ask her daughter for the money for the house? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Don't ask the pendulum because I don't
I'll
want
ask.
to know.
But I don't feel like she's moving into the house by herself. I feel like she is going to be moving in with someone else that's going to help her with the payments and all.
That sounds about right. But so Madison chimed in and said, yes, he did have a can collection. So
Oh,
she is
okay.
affirming what you said. So we have Michaela, and then listen, I'm going in the order the way they're coming in because I don't want to, we're not doing this all night. Just so you know, we only have a few more minutes left. But Michaela wants to know, she's hoping to connect with Joshua Ball or Little Joe.
One of them had a really strong sweet tooth and loved their ice cream. First thing I heard was creamsicles, popsicles, um, always eating. One of them was like a really big eater, nonstop eater. Um, and somebody was also known as Fish. I don't know what it is. I get like a nickname of Fish. And I believe also somebody did a tattoo on their behalf. So I'm strongly getting a tattoo on their behalf also of one of those two or both of them that passed away. Um, Also, there was somebody who just did balloons, lifted off balloons on their behalf for their birthday or when they cross. It was either balloons or lanterns. Somebody who's watching right now, this is exactly what they did for them. So that's what I'm getting. I'm getting an acknowledgement of balloons. Um, And also, there's something that's also going to have to be removed off the property. Something's being removed off the property that where they're living right now. That's what their loved one is saying.
Okay. You can chime in and confirm. Marissa says, so Marissa is the one with her mom's in critical condition in the hospital. She said, "Wow, I did that today. I apologized to her. I told her I love her. She didn't respond. She opened up her eyes, but if it was as she was looking past her, she kept raising her hand and it was super dry. I was playing her favorite song." Thank you. Oh my God, this gets me so like all,
See,
you
I
know.
get all excited. I just tell you what comes out to the top of my head, and I just pray like hell I'm right. But you know what? It's the angels and God who puts these thoughts into my head.
Listen, I know everybody who's on here watching and asking. I'm appreciative of this. It means a lot. So, Talking Real says, for the past couple of months, when I sleep, all I see is dollars and cents. Does that mean anything?
Yeah, you're going to become rich.
This guy, he does the stock market all the time.
There
So
you go.
maybe.
It makes sense to see the dollars.
Yeah, right, exactly.
All right, wait,
So,
wait. Ask his question again.
he said, for the past couple of months, when I sleep, all I see is dollars and cents. Does that mean anything?
Well, his mind is very generated towards making money. So I do believe that financially he is going to be successful because he has such a drive to have a um, financial freedom. He has such a drive to want to have the good life, or to. It's like he's literally like obsessed with it almost, and and he overanalyzes certain things too much though. He does way overanalyze, and he likes to talk about his stuff, what he knows to people and all. And he has to know when to stop in conversation because some people are just like, he talks at such a level with finances, it goes right over everyone else's head, and he's got to learn to like find, it's like some people are interested in everything he has to say, and other people are saying, I don't even really give a crap, or it's like he's talking all this finance, this is right over my head. And he said, well, you should be doing this and you should be doing that, and he likes to give advice on his, and he gets really enthusiastic about it too.
Oh, spot on. Spot on. I know him. That is 1,000% accurate. Oh my God. You heard that, puppy? 1,000%. So we got Kelsey who says, my grandpa passed away 3 years ago. His name is Ken. I just wanted to know if he's proud of me. Real quick, Kelsey, I'm proud of you. But go ahead. I know it doesn't matter for me, but I am.
Yes, he said, you've come a long way. And I see him hugging her right now from behind. And he's giving her a big hug and kissing her on her cheek. And he goes, you're my girl. Keep saying, you're my girl. He goes, I always believed in you. And I am very proud of you. And I love you even more.
Oh, thank you. She's becoming a nurse as well. So she's definitely, I'm very proud of you. I've seen you from a little girl to the young woman you are now. So
He's also giving her suggestions about being careful about sharing your energy where don't allow too many people to suck up your energy. She gives of herself overly too much, at times, and she allows certain people to drain her energy, and she needs to learn to block her, protect herself, and become more discriminatory on certain people that she helps out. And she makes herself too accessible to too many people, and she needs to start creating boundaries for herself, because she wants to save the world. She wants to help out everybody, but you can't help out everybody. But there are certain people that no matter how much you help out, they always want more from you.
They're
And
just energy suckers.
yeah, they're spiritual vampires.
Yep. So talking real says I'll slow it down and not come off too strong.
Cool.
So we're only gonna go ahead.
She's gonna do great though. She's gonna do great with her nursing.
Kelsey, yeah, she's amazing. I've watched her grow, and she's just blossomed into a beautiful young woman. So we have Kimberly, who said, "Hi, my grandmother Marie was a nurse." Look at this, just nurses all around us. Marie was a nurse. None of her daughters wanted to be nurses, and she didn't get to see any of my sis. She didn't get to see my sister and I become a nurse. She passed suddenly in 2005. We hope she's proud of us.
She 100% saw them go through the process. Just because she passed, they acknowledge everything on the other side. Just because they're not physically here with us doesn't mean that they don't acknowledge. And as a matter of fact, they're going to be acknowledging their lights or electricity turning on and off by itself in their place. And they said, don't freak out. But that's her letting you know that she is around. And she said, yes, I am very proud. She's like, mwah, mwah, mwah. She's blowing kisses.
All right, Kim, you got that? So no, it's not that you forgot to pay the power bill.
That's right. That's right.
Miriam wants to know, my mother-in-law, Nevia, passed 10 years ago. Is she at peace?
This is funny. Nevia, I get the impression that she had a lot of energy and that she was always busy. She goes, no, I'm not at peace. She goes, I'm running around taking care of everybody. She goes, I'm still taking care of everybody. And she goes, I'm not at peace, but she's laughing about it. But is she okay? Yeah, she's very okay. She says, you don't have to worry about me. She goes, but I'm busy trying to help out everybody who's here on earth. It's like, she goes, I'm busy putting my prayers out there for everybody and trying to help everybody. But she's being playful when she says, I'm not at peace. She goes, but what do you think? I'm just lying there and just waiting for God knows what to happen? She goes, I'm busy. She goes, but in a good way.
Oh, thank you.
She's also wishing somebody a happy birthday or a happy anniversary. That's right about now.
Miriam, let us know. Let us know. Kim wants to say thank you. So I know there's something with the kids that you don't do or something like that, but you let me, or maybe I'm wrong, because Jody came back and she just wants to know, he has a son, Travis has a son, Tyler, and he's there with her, and she just wants to know, does his father have anything he wants to say to him?
Keep your nose clean and always try your best. That's his words of advice. And he says, just know that I do love you with all my heart. And he said, keep your nose clean and always do your best. And he said, be a leader, not a follower.
Sounds like daddy. Sounds like him. So Miriam said her birthday is Wednesday.
Oh, cool.
Artie, listen. So I think we're gonna do one more, and then I want you to start telling everybody where they can get you. You can do Artie parties, you can do private readings, you can do all of this. Hello from New York. I would like to know, when you see Jordan reaching out to me, what's he feeling right now about me? Will we have a good future together? I don't know if that helps you.
No, wait, no, you have to reiterate that sentence, that question.
Yeah, I'm reading it the way it's typed. I would like to know, when you see Jordan reaching out to me, I guess Jordan is her boyfriend.
Okay.
What's he feeling right now about me, and will we have a good future together?
Okay, hold on. And I'm going to look at my angel cards right now and see what they have to say.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I have a feeling that they're not on the same page. I'm
Okay.
not getting a positive feel about it, and I feel like their happiness is just when they're together. I feel like their happiness is just in the moments of happiness. I feel like one of them had probably him. He has some issues that he never got over, or there was a reason why they're not always together right now, or what caused them to break up. And I feel like he's still stuck. Like one of them is going to want to move on in life, and the other one wants to remain the same. And I just feel like their values and what they want out of life and how they think about life, I feel like it's different. It's not that they don't have the chemistry for one another. It's about their values and what's important to them. I feel like they're on two different pages.
All right. Listen, right? It is what it is. It's what comes out. And it is what it is. And you have
again,
to.
I tell people I'm not God. I'm not the end all, but I'm just telling you my gut feelings, and that's exactly what I feel. I'm right most of the time, not all the time, but I am right most of the time.
Listen, Artie, thank you so much. There's still questions coming in, but you know what? We just don't have the time. But you know what? You do have your show. Although it's the same day and time as mine, they can
Oh,
flip back and
shizzle.
forth.
Oh,
You can flip
shizzle. That's
back
why we're
and
doing
forth.
this now.
Yes, it's quite all right. I appreciate, but please, I'm putting your number up. Tell them how, when, where, what. Like, go. It's your
So,
spiel moment.
all right. So, if anybody wants to get a private reading, a detailed private reading for myself, I do half hour, 45 minutes, and I do an hour readings. And if you want to get a detailed reading, whether it be in person in Woodbridge, New Jersey, or over the phone or FaceTime, you can call me at that number, 732-778-7173. You could email me, artiehoffman@gmail. I have lots of really, really cool YouTubes that I've created. I talk about life, talk about a lot of situations. Go to artiehoffman.com. You can get my book called Angels and Answers, and you get that on amazon.com, or you can go to my website, artiehoffman.com. And I promise you, you're going to think I wrote this book just for you. It's going to hit home to you right in the heart. I guarantee you. And then write a
Review.
a review on it. And if you don't like it, then shut the hell up. I'm only kidding.
Listen, I mean, with everything we've confirmed for the people that you did do quick readings for, definitely confirmed it. My mom says, thank you, Artie. Well, we're not, it's the one question kind of rule here, just so everybody gets an opportunity to do it. So there's one thing that I always ask my guests at the end of the show.
Hold on 2 seconds. I also want everyone to know I have Instagram, Artie Hoffman Instagram, and I put inspirational messages every single morning. Every single morning I have Instagram messages, spiritual messages, and share it, like it. And if you go to whether it be my website, artiehoffman.com, like I said, if you want to reach me, artiehoffman@gmail. And like I said, I have inspirational messages to start off your day, and you're going to really, really appreciate it. I guarantee you. So go ahead. Ask me that one question that you always ask those people.
Okay. The one question that I always ask is, what one piece of lasting advice can you leave with our viewers?
What's one piece of lasting advice? The love and the love and respect that you give is the love and respect you deserve. Don't settle.
There you go. That is, listen, I mean, you can't get any more period at the end of that than anything else. I love it. We got, wow, I Google search inspirational quotes every morning. So go follow him, Marissa, Artie Hoffman, on Instagram. Jody wants to say thank you, Artie. I think she meant Artie, not Arctic. Yeah, so listen, I mean, like I said, thank you so much. This was great. Don't leave. When we end the show, I like to say a little goodbye on my own without everybody else there.
She wants a little piece already for herself.
Yes, that's it. That's it. But I'm going to leave you with what I leave everyone at the end of my show, which is if all you've experienced is all you know, then you are in a deficit of knowledge. Today was a special day because we had Artie here because he has his shows on Sundays, but go check him out, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, his email address, his phone number. Replay this. It'll be posted there. I have all his social media on the Ciphered Knowledge page.
Thank you.
So
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you. Thank
So
you.
you can go back, just click on it. You know, I make it really easy for the viewers. They don't have to think. They just click it and that's it. They're there.
Love
you know,
it. Love it.
Tomorrow, I am having a special episode at 8:30. It is going to be Wine Part Deuce. If you saw my wine episode, you saw we had fun and I gave a couple of bottles of wine away. Tomorrow, I am giving a wine basket away. But in order to be able to participate in that, you have to go to my Facebook page and sign up for the contest. What we're going to do is we're going to randomly choose 3 people who enter that and have them appear on the show with us tomorrow night to do a wine trivia at a chance to win the wine basket. So make sure you go over and do that. All right. And with that, everybody have a phenomenal Saturday. Enjoy it. And one love.